What's up, everybody? I'm your host, JP. This is my co-host, Josh.
Hey, everyone.
Welcome back to another episode of the FilmBros podcast. What's going on, everybody? You know what? I was going to give an introduction. I was going to, say all this nice stuff and, try to cake it up. But you know what? At this point, I just want to get started, and we're going to jump right in.
Wait, but before we get into the news, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Today's episode is sponsored by ZippyStream. If you are wondering how we make money to run our podcast, it's all because of this innovative platform. Here at FilmBros Podcast, we absolutely love using ZippyStream. It's the easiest way to convert listeners into an email list, but best of all, they find us sponsorship so we can keep making money doing what we love.
Suppose you're also a podcaster thinking about starting one. ZippyStream will help you find and manage a relationship with brands that are relevant to your audience. If you want to learn more, contact us as soon as possible. Everyone that signs up this month will get to claim £10 as a joining bonus, which is around $12 or something like that.
Just reach out to us by email or social media DMs, and I'll put you in touch with the guys at ZippyStream right away. Now back to the pod. This one, look, I'm passionate about this, okay? I'm passionate about this shit, all right? If you guys didn't know out there, I'm letting you know right now, I'm passionate about this shit. Josh, you know I'm passionate.
Yeah.
I know you're passionate too, okay?
Yeah.
So, box office for Shazam. In the previous episode, I let you guys know that it wasn't doing too well, tracking to do less than what it was projected to do, which was about $35 million. Domestically, it made about $30.5 million. In total, I believe it came in, I got the stats right here, it came in all in total worldwide about $64.7 million. So very, very low from what the original ticket price was to even make the movie, which was about, I think they said ballpark is 110 to 125 million. And then, you can't also discount the marketing, which is, I think they say usually about 100 million itself. So it has a lot of making up to do. Complete flop. Complete flop. Now, we're hearing from different sides of the aisle. We got Rachel Zegler on Twitter saying, blaming fans, saying that this is a fun time. And, if you're not having fun, then you're a hater, whatever. And then you got the director, instead of promoting it, it kind of seems like he's throwing in the towel with everything. But we're going to get to them in a second. The worst offender right now, it is Zachary Levi, the head star himself.
Oh, my God.
Who has took it upon himself to go on Twitter, not only to suck the balls of James Gunn multiple times, and Peter Safran, his best friends, I might add. He also took on to social media and went on a podcast recently and talked about Shazam, talked about the bad box office, and basically blamed it on everybody but himself, but more specifically blamed it on toxic DC fans. And those toxic DC fans are, the Snyder fans, according to him. So, not according to me. Don't jump on my neck. So, he's blaming the shit movie, which in my opinion had multiple things. Let's be real. It had multiple things against it, okay? If we want to be 110% honest, what was going for it? Nothing. It was stacked up in March against what movies? Creed, Scream, Dungeons and Dragons, John Wick 4. That's bad. WB is losing money. They're in debt. There's not enough marketing. It's right now. It's hopefully the DC fans, real DC fans, quote unquote, will go show out for this universe. Superhero fatigue. Is it a real thing? Kind of seems like it. We've been getting some, not only from DC, let's be real, not only from DC, we've been getting bogus ass movies from Marvel as well. We got, Quantumania, I'm not doing too hot. Wakanda Forever, depending on what side of the aisle you are on that one. I think maybe a couple good properties from Disney Plus. She-Hulk came out. That was bad. That was really bad. Don't worry, we're gonna get to Marvel later. But as of right now, superhero
Both
movies,
sides are kind of
yeah, and DC has been the worst offender because they've been kind of crapping themselves for like the longest. But here we are.
Oh my God,
Another thing that really was working against it was James Gunn's announcement. Let's be real. James Gunn's announcement, basically saying that, oh, we're going to start a new universe, that your beloved characters aren't coming back, the people that you have had for about 10 years, right? I mean, what makes you think that we're going to want to go watch Shazam out of all movies to keep this DCU alive? If this is what was going to keep it alive, no, that's crazy. If you guys are relying on Zachary Levi, I don't know about that one.
That's crazy.
I mean, this movie was plagued from the jump. We can't even cap on that. But he decides to go on this podcast, and you know what? I'm gonna let you hear it.
It's horrible. Like the entire movie, I just can't help it. And also looking at myself and my performance choices and being like, oh man, like you're such an idiot there. Da, 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 da. Like it's very, very difficult. It's very difficult. But listen, I did my best. I have to accept that I know that I did my best, and all the other stuff is out of your hands. But yeah, I mean, even like on Twitter today, scrolling through, there's people that have released some advanced reviews or just fans who have seen it, and there's this incredibly positive stuff out there. And then of course there's these other people, like the internet is full of, which is a very just negative to be negative people who. Like there's a whole contingent of comic book fans that it's really unfortunate that there's this one particular group of people that think they don't like me because I don't agree with them on other comic book movies and who I'm talking about. But instead of there being a conversation, like they take so many of my words or things completely out of context. Yeah. And then they go stir up all their other people that they know online, and they all just want to attack and attack and attack and attack. And it's really sad because I mean this is just one example of so many examples of the amount of just venom and toxicity and bullying that goes on in these cyber dimensions, and people, they really get off on it because it's like they feel very powerless. I mean, again, so what I try to do is I try to empathize and go, oh, these people that are being so vicious online, yeah. I can only assume that they are very powerless people who need to feel the flex by being anonymously online tearing other people down and hoping for the reactions.
Yes.
And then they feel bolstered in that, and it's just it's sad. But I know I can see through.
Oh, I guess. So, I mean, oh man.
Well, you know who he's talking about. So, Josh, you heard me rant. You heard what he had to say. Zachary Levi, the star of Shazam 2. Okay. By the way, we are getting tickets, and we're gonna go ahead and watch it. Theaters going to be completely empty. I'm telling you that right now. But what are your thoughts on all this? What do you think?
Oh, dude, this sounds ridiculous coming from him. The whole Shazam cast is doing their thing, but Zachary Levi is he's really trying to fight the good fight, apparently, and we know who he's talking about. Okay, we know what toxic fans he's talking about, quote unquote. But I mean, come on, bro. You could also not be on Twitter egging them on like this.
It's you know what? It's not even just that. It's not even just the egging on or anything like that, because it's okay. I mean, there's that video before where he was on stage and he was asked about the Snyder cut, and then he was, oh, there's no cut of the movie. What it doesn't exist. Yeah. And then you have the other one where he's basically yelling in the mic saying it's a fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like superpowers or whatever. Like, it's just a fucking movie. Like, the way he talks is just terrible. It shows, in my opinion, the unprofessionalism that goes on there, because as actors, you're trying to sell a product, and what's the product? The movie that you're in. You know what I mean? If instead of saying, oh, it's because of toxic fans that are bullying you or whatever, blah blah blah, everybody has haters. And believe you me, it's not just these Snyder fans that I see fucking dragging your shit in the damn dirt, bro. It's these regular fans that are like, it was an okay movie, I guess, or pretty generic. Maybe had a cool couple moments. They say the fight scenes are good. They say the CGI is good. They honestly are saying Zachary Levi, opposite of the Asher, the one that's playing Billy. Compared to them, Billy gives a more powerful performance, while Zachary Levi is more of a goofy kid. I'm not sure. Like I said, we're gonna go watch it. We're gonna go formulate our own opinions. This is what I'm just hearing online, and this is not just from Snyder fans. You know what I mean? These are just from critics, DC people. So you can't say and blame people for not liking your movie. You gotta understand that it's not you personally, and yeah, probably hurts, because I think in a portion of this podcast, which we got the podcast clip from Happy Sad Confused, if you guys want to check them out, go ahead and check them out, where he basically says that they're not just rejecting the movie, they're rejecting you. And I feel like that's why he's taking it to that personal space. It's not that, it's just, yeah, bro, like, you should have understood everything was stacked up against you. Instead of fucking yelling at fans and telling them that it's just a movie and riding James Gunn's dick, which is, it just comes off as fucking weird, because it just makes you seem like, please keep me on, employed. I need this job. Like, it makes you seem pathetic, bro, in my opinion.
Honestly, yeah. And that's the thing, you know what I mean? I always hated that shit where, like, these actors treat it like a job. Like, yeah, it's a job, but, like, come on, bro. You have to support it, you know what I mean? When Henry Cavill was like, yeah, I'm Superman, I'll do this and that, and I'll put the suit back on. He was Superman on and off the camera, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can make an argument for everybody else, but he's more just like, it's not real, dog. Like, I'm not really Shazam. I'm just doing a thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's just my job. Like, that's whack, you know what I mean? You're supposed to sell that you're Shazam and this and that. Like, if you're that uninvested, dog, and you're just like, it's a job, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's how it seems. And movies are supposed to take you away, right? They're supposed to take you somewhere else and make you feel like you're not dealing with Zachary Levi, but you're looking at Shazam up there. You know what I mean? It just, you ruin the illusion when you tell people like it's just a movie, or you ruin it when all this extra stuff comes out. The vaccine stuff or whatever, like all that stuff. Come on, bro. Like, why feel the need to say that out loud? And just that's stuff that you can keep to yourself. Even if you were pro vaccines, even if you were against vaccines, whatever, blah 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 blah. Keep that shit to yourself. Who cares? And then, like, the whole that clip that I told you where he was saying, "Oh, it's just a movie." That's when he was saying who would win, the Rock's Black Adam or him. I mean, come on. If you know that you're goofy, just make yourself not goofy. Why, like, let's change the image and, fix your creds as an actor. Because let's be real, nobody's banging down. I mean, in this podcast as well, he talks about how he auditioned for Chris Pratt's spot as Star-Lord and Captain America, but he missed out on it. You know what I mean? Like, you missed out on these big roles for a reason. You know what I mean? And you landed Shazam for a reason. You know what I mean? It's not, like, I'm not trying to be that guy, but let's be honest. I mean, can you think of any other thing Zachary Levi has been in?
No.
Besides Thor Ragnarok and died at the hands of Hela really quick?
No.
Yeah, so let's just be honest. Let's just be real.
It's just, yeah, no. Because, I mean, think about all the shit that goes into a movie. Like, yeah, you go in there, you escape for an hour or two, and then you come back. But all the emotions that you feel and all that, those are real. It's not, to us as fans watching this stuff, it's not like, oh, my feelings are invalid now because all you did was a job for a company. You know what I mean? Like, no. Like, okay, for example, like, I tell you, I love Man of Steel, right? How would it feel if Henry Cavill was walking around like, dude, you like this shit? Like, it's just a job. Like, I just did it. You know what I mean? Like, your feelings suck. Like, there's no way that any emotion that people feel from either. I mean, if people get emotion from watching Shazam, that's on them. But like now, it feels invalidated because it's not. It's just a movie.
Yeah,
That's whack. No, like you get emotion from reading books, watching movies, this and that. To go and invalidate it like that is kind of fucked up.
you mean invalidated, right?
Well, yeah, invalidate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get you. Yeah. I don't know. Zachary Levi, he just needs to chill out. I mean, I could fucking hammer at this all day and get personal, but let's just be honest. It's not really that big of a deal. Come on. He's already going through a tough time with Shazam right now.
I'm sorry. I know we got to move on and stuff.
Yeah.
Just, like, it's so dumb because we keep hearing this from people like James Gunn, Zachary Levi, the director himself. Like, if you're that uninterested, you shouldn't have picked up that role in the first place then. There's a lot that comes with being a superhero. You're right. Yeah. You get backlash from the fans, people who are passionate about comic books. Like, you're going to have to handle that, and you don't handle it by saying, oh, some of these fans are really toxic. You know what I mean? You don't say that.
That's the thing, is that you're in this passionate spot as it is. And as passionate as fans are, superhero movies in general, like, since the very first, like, what is the very, like, since way back when the first Punisher was coming out, the first X-Men were coming out, people were okay with it because it was kind of like, it's the foot in the right direction, or, as long as we're getting some of these characters brought to life, fans were more patient. Now we're at a point where superheroes are everything. Kids grow up with these things, they're gonna be passionate because they've been seeing superheroes and what they could be and the standard that they should be at, you know what I mean? And if they're not delivering, you got to understand, fans are going to reject you on that. You know what I mean? At this point, we're not down here. And you know what? DC might be barely running or whatever because Marvel's already sprinting, maybe stumbling right now with the hurdles that are going on right now. But DC barely trying to get its legs. I'm sorry, you guys don't have room for error. You guys have to nail every single thing because we know where superhero movies can be. The fact that Shazam 2 probably failed to meet expectations, or maybe it was just a cool little blockbuster, you know what I mean? And it's just something that people aren't interested right now. And who knows? What if it does better on streaming? What if it, digital when they're like, oh, we could just watch it as a family at home, for cheap. Like, maybe right now it doesn't look worth it for the box office, but don't call the fans toxic just because they're passionate about what the fuck they want, and what the fuck you gave us isn't what the fuck we want.
Exactly. And like blaming, just last like bit, blaming the Snyderverse fans for quote unquote
bullying,
like not sharing your beliefs. No, I don't. That's cap. I know tons of people that are like Snyderverse fans on Twitter who are like really cool people, and you can engage in conversation with them. It's when you're like shitting down their throats where you're like egging them on and saying this and that, like it pisses me off when I see things like, oh, the Snyderverse is dead, this and that. You know what I mean? Like, why would you want to say that to me when I'm literally just trying to talk about what I love? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that's him too. Like when he was like, it doesn't exist, I was like, dog, we got the cut. What are you gonna say now? You didn't address that, so you just gotta, he has to do something else. It doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's look, I'm sorry. There was a time where everybody was excited and showing up for these movies. For the poor reception that they got, they sure still made a lot of money. So
yeah.
Now we're at the point where they're making no money, which is so sad because I think this is a post-pandemic movie release. That not even it didn't come out during the pandemic like Wonder Woman 84, and that one still made more at the box office than this one movie. You know what I'm saying? So this movie is just showing you that people are giving up on DC, and it's probably dying. And if it doesn't get CPR resuscitated soon, Levi, let's just say you're just out of the business for now. At least for now. Maybe you could come back as something else. Who knows? Somebody who's walking away from the business altogether is David F. Sandberg, like you said, the director. Now, I just wanted to go down this slew of tweets because, it's a little chain that he put out himself, addressing the Rotten Tomato score, addressing his future with DC.
Yeah.
So he says, on Rotten Tomatoes, I got my lowest critic score and my highest audience score on the same film. I wasn't expecting a repeat of the first movie critically, but I was still a little surprised because I think it's a good film. Oh well. As I've been saying for a while now, I am very eager to go back to horror as well as trying some new things. After 6 years of Shazam, I'm definitely done with superheroes for now. Just to be clear, I don't regret even for a second making the Shazam movies. I've learned so much and gotten to work with some truly amazing people. Will forever be grateful that I got to direct 2 of these. They've been very challenging but valuable experiences. One thing I've really been looking forward to is disconnecting from the superhero discourse online. A lot of that stresses me out so much, and it will be nice not having to think about it anymore. So he wants to leave the whole superhero life behind because his movie downright flopped. Now, he was trying in the beginning. He tried. When people were putting it down saying, oh, are you afraid people aren't going to watch it? Even after the announcement that James Gunn did, and people were asking, oh, where is Shazam going to be in a few months? He can't say anything. He only can hype up the movie as best as he can, and that's what he tried to do on Twitter. He tried to bring people's hopes up, basically told them, if you like this iteration of Shazam, then it's time to show up and show out, because they already said that he's in his own pocket of the DC, whatever. So, I mean, there could have been a time that he could have maybe passed on, and maybe this was truly the test, and James Gunn has to make a difficult phone call to his besties and be like, hey, yo, this didn't work out, we're gonna have to do something different. And it just, look, the first Shazam wasn't bad, okay? It wasn't bad. It was actually pretty alright. I was okay with the first Shazam, just couldn't get past the suits was too whack for me. So I was actually excited for this one, but then James Gunn's announcement, even me, like somebody who likes DC, like I was uncertain of where the fuck this shit was going. You try to speculate and you hope, and then you find out James Gunn's a liar, and then blah 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 blah. Like all this doubt sewed in, and I mean, I guess you can say the general audiences don't and shouldn't really know about all this extra stuff. So I already listed off a bunch of things that that was going against this movie. What do you think kept general audiences away from this movie? At least the general audience.
The general audience, marketing. That's all it is. That's all it comes down to. Marketing. Like DC, I don't know what it is, but they ditched this movie. I forget. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was supposed to come out last year. During Christmas, right? It was this one?
Yes.
So, like, yeah, they marketed it, or they pushed it back, said it was coming, they pushed it back, and then they just gave up marketing for it. I think they dropped one trailer during the Super Bowl, you know what I mean? And then one final one at the beginning of March, and then no other promos. I know I've seen a bit of them at the gym and stuff, but, I mean, no one's watching the TVs they have at the gym, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like they just marketing. That's all it is. Like, as for comic book audience members, which honestly is according to these people a bigger majority than general audience. What do you call it? It's just Levi. It's the actors. Their name pops up and you're like, oh, he's an anti-vaxxer that could give someone the wrong taste in the mouth. Or if the quote unquote Snyderverse fans are as big. Because that's the thing I see going around. They say they are a big toxic group, but they can affect the box office. Hello, I thought we were small fans and we didn't have power and this and that, but we can affect box office numbers. Come on now. So
pretty bad.
We're bots. We're bots when we get the Flash scene to win an Oscar or whatever the fuck it won. Remember?
Mm.
But we're normal people and stuff when we don't show up and show out for Shazam. You know what I mean? And where are the real DC fans at? The quote unquote real DC fans. Where are they at? Why aren't they watching this shit?
I thought we were the minority. I thought
Exactly.
Snyder fans were minority.
Exactly.
I mean, like I said, I'm a DC fan. I love the Snyderverse. I love what they were doing with the DCU in the beginning. Even before, like, let's be honest, even before I got into all this, analyzing and figuring out behind Hollywood what's going on, the business aspect, like, I'm still learning. And, before I even got into all this, I just knew that I loved Man of Steel. I knew that I loved BVS. I understood it. And I knew Justice League came out and it was terrible because of something that happened. Like, Ben Affleck looked terrible in the theater. And then same thing with Suicide Squad. I had a suspicion with Suicide Squad. I didn't really pay too much attention. But then when Justice League came out, I was like, all right, somebody fucked with this shit. And then I think Justice League was the thing that sparked all this. So, but either which way, like, Snyderverse fans, people that enjoyed the beginning of the DCU, I went on a little side tangent there. They're supposedly this small minority, but yet we're toxic enough to influence this box office, which is crazy how that works.
And it doesn't help that all these things are basically everyone is just abandoning ship. The cast, the fucking director, like I've said before, stand behind your film, good or bad. You know what I mean? Like, and for him to just be like, well, I got paid up front. No one's gonna want to see a movie from a dude who didn't really care if the movie flopped or not. You know what I mean? Because that just means.
I think at one point he cared.
I don't know.
I think after the Thursday night showing, it probably just crushed him. I think at that point he stopped caring. But I think at one point he was caring. And it just sucks that he got burnt out like this because, and this is what I'm worried about too, is all these directors that are going to just jump ship and never come back. James Wan's Aquaman 2 being butchered to the point where critics are not critics, but test screeners are just like, this is bad. Like, James Wan's not going to want to do another DC movie. He doesn't even want to, James Wan doesn't even want to do another Fast and the Furious movie because of what happened with Fury 7. Like, it was just too much for him. And so something like this is going to be too much for him too, and he don't want to do it. It's just, I'm just more like Zack Snyder. I don't even think he would be able to want to come back to do a DC movie. Maybe he has interest to do his own DC stuff, his Snyderverse stuff, but to do something under Gunn, no. Ben Affleck coming out saying absolutely not, I'm not going to do anything for Gunn. All this talent being driven away. Sandberg saying that he just wants to go back to horror. It doesn't even want to deal with any of this anymore. But this, I mean, you hear stuff about, and DC got to be compared to Marvel. You hear things from Marvel fans or whatever, and you don't hear a lot of discourse and a lot of drama that happens with DC fans. All you hear is that, the CGI in this movie is pretty bad, or, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I think that's the most of the argument. Maybe Endgame versus Infinity War, maybe whatever, little petty stuff, but it's never to this point where it makes you feel like you're being bullied. You know what I mean? It's just everything that's been coming out has been kind of shit when it came to DC, and I'm sorry, you didn't do anything spectacular that changed anybody's mind.
Yeah, no. It's all tough to hear for sure. Like, you just gotta do more. And we've said it before, bro. If you were not showing up and showing out after Snyder left, you're not a DC fan, bro. You're just, you're whatever else, and you want to label yourself as such because you don't like the Snyderverse or whatnot. That's fine, but y'all should have been showing up and showing out if y'all were real.
Yeah, if you guys really wanted this movie to succeed. Sorry, Sandberg. Sorry, Levi. Zegler, you needed the job. You got the job. Hopefully you got paid up front like the director. I just want this nightmare to end with DC. That's it. On another note, on another note though, somebody who's coming out of left fucking field in his jet airplane is fucking Tom Cruise himself, saying that he loves the Flash movie. That Zaslav gave him an opportunity to watch it. Now, here's my thing. why are you talking about the Flash and why didn't you rave about Shazam? And who is Cruz to tell me what movies? Like, don't get me wrong. When did he become the person to? Because even with Maverick, he was like, "This is the movie that we need right now." What do you think about Tom Cruise endorsing the Flash movie?
I like it. I thought when I first seen this, I thought it was funny. What do you call it? I think if you're gonna listen to anybody, it should be Tom Cruise. He's just that guy. I firmly believe that he's just the one to trust in times like this.
I want to hear verbatim what. Oh, it says Cruz said he raved about the movie, saying something to the effect that the Flash is everything you want in a movie, and this is the kind of movie we need now. Who the fuck is he to tell me what movie we need now, though? Like, why is he coming out of left field saying the Flash movie is what we need now? I don't get, like, and I remember you sent this to me, and you said, "Oh, if your favorite action movie star basically endorses the Flash, like, why not?" Why are you endorsing the Flash? And when this article came out, this was before the Shazam movie. Why not endorse the Shazam movie? Did he watch them both and was like, "This one's shit, but I like this. I'm gonna go back to Zaslav"?
I don't know. All I'm saying is, if you're gonna listen to someone, it should be Tom Cruise. He's that guy.
He's the guy that jumps out of planes and fucking does his own
He's
stunts.
the most authentic dude there is. You know what I mean? He's just that guy. He's a normal Joe. Does he like the thrill? Yes.
I have a question. Do you know that he's in a cult?
Is he really? No, I didn't know that. I did know Jared Leto's in a cult.
Jesus. You didn't know Tom Cruise was in a cult?
No.
Yeah, he's in a cult, man.
What do you mean?
I don't think a lot of people know that he's in a cult.
He's in a... Wait.
I just think he's just been doing so good that I don't think a lot of people know that he's like in an actual cult. You know what? I got a phone for a reason.
Yeah, but are all cults bad? Like,
is he part of a bad cult?
Yeah,
is he an evil cult?
Like, it doesn't look like he's out here just worshiping the devil. Homie he does what he does, which is really great action movies. I didn't know he was in a cult, though. That's crazy. Either way, I didn't know he was in one, and I don't really care. It doesn't really bother me too much.
What do you mean? What if it's a bad cult?
Why would it be a bad cult? He'd be canceled by now.
In Scientologist circles, Cruz is sort of Hercules, half man, half god. That doesn't sound bad.
No, he believes in Hercules. Can't be too bad.
Doubts about the religion and raising of their daughter, Syrian, an environment that came with the religion. Turn out with the influence of Scientology in her life, the most critical formative years. Tom Cruise is pretty high up in the Scientology, which means he has some very big pull. Katie and divorced Tom for safety of her daughter. Some believe Scientology is a cult and very dangerous.
It's a religious system based on the seeking of self-knowledge and spiritual fulfillment through graded courses of study and training. It was founded by American science fiction writer L. Ron Hubbard. See, that doesn't sound bad at all. That sounds fine. If he says the Flash is good, you should take his word, because no one else is endorsed in this movie like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got Gunn and Zaslav and whatever else, but an outside source like Tom Cruise, yeah, you should be the one. He should be the guy.
I don't know, man.
I
gotta look more into this cult before I say that. But like, I think he's doing good enough to the point where people aren't really paying attention, so it's good. But at the same time, look, he obviously doesn't make a lot of good decisions. Okay, he's gone crazy on Oprah before. He's done a lot of crazy shit on his own. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I love this dude. I fucking love Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is a fucking animal and a beast, and he'll do a lot more shit than I seen him on top of this tower in one of his photos one time, and I said, fuck that. I would never do that in my life. I would never do that without a harness too. Oh, fuck that! You're never getting me up there. Actually, I'll freeze before I even got up there. There's no way. So he has all the respect in the world. It's just, out of anybody that could have endorsed this movie, why Tom Cruise? And then out of left field, and then why before the Shazam movie, and why at all? It just seems like there's something going on. It seems like something's fishy.
That doesn't make sense. There's nothing going on. Shazam couldn't be marketed, bro. It is what it is. He's choosing the next best thing. The Flash.
Let me find out. Zazov's gonna. I'm calling it now. Tom Cruise is gonna after the last 2 Mission Impossible movies. I think Zazov's gonna cut him a deal at Warner Brothers and keep him there as talent.
Maybe. Who knows? But I don't know. We don't know until that happens.
I'm calling it now. You mark my words.
We don't know until that happens.
Yeah. Clip it. Moving on. Denzel Washington landing a role in Ridley Scott's Gladiator 2. Gonna be acting aside next to Paul Mescal. We also got Barry Cohegan in talks to be in this movie as well. But we got old Denzel in here, and that is a positive in my book.
Yeah, sounds like a W.
Yeah, having Denzel in anything, yes.
Yeah, he's a really great actor.
Yeah, the last time they worked together was in American Gangster, and that was like, wait, I think that was back in 2006 or something.
God damn.
A long time ago. So, I don't know. I haven't seen Denzel in a lot of movies as of lately. I don't think.
No, he's probably taking that mysterious hiatus that actors usually take for some reason
to go to a cult,
to just exist without being in front of a camera before coming back and doing it again. But good for this. Good for you that Gladiator 2 is finally coming off the ground.
But this is what I was talking about too, man. Why so late, bro? Why is this so like? Gladiator 2, 16 years, right? Or probably even more. I think this movie came out in 96, so it has to be more than that. But I want these sequels, but hearing that Denzel's in it, and maybe Barry Cohegan too, it would be nice to see them interact. I just want to know what the fuck's gonna happen in this movie, man? Like,
in what capacity?
Yeah, like what does Denzel got to be doing in this gladiator town? That's what I need to know.
Yeah, we'll find out eventually.
Can't wait. Another thing that is happening though, very bad news. Last week's episode of The Mandalorian was the lowest rated.
Ooh.
So,
oh boy.
Star Wars is not looking too good. I don't know what's going on there. Some are saying it's Star Wars fatigue, that we're getting too much Star Wars content. My personal opinion, I just think that Disney's low-key ruining Star Wars, and that's just in my opinion.
I mean, I didn't really like the third season's first episode, but the second one was really good. I don't know why this one was having trouble, or it sounds like it's having trouble.
I haven't even finished the second episode. I haven't even watched the third one.
Well, there you go. See, it's people like you.
Well, I don't know why though. I'm trying to. I wanted to discuss this to kind of like figure out why.
Well, Star Wars fatigue. I don't think it exists. All we're getting right now is Bad Batch, and that's almost done. Same with Mando.
But like, were all the episodes good?
Bad Batch?
Mm-hmm.
Most of them. Depends on who you ask.
I'm asking you.
Oh, I thought most of them were.
I don't know. Some of them weren't hidden. Very miss. I don't know about that one. And then Obi-Wan was okay. That one wasn't, that one was in between. Boba Fett was alright. I showed you that. I showed you the lightsaber bouncing off the
you did.
thing. I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with Star Wars. I don't know. Are people getting disinterested? I mean, we're getting to like the good parts, right? Like Ahsoka and all them.
Ahsoka, yeah.
It seems like I think Favreau said too that they're leading up to maybe like an Avengers style kind of like team up thing between. I don't know. Does it suck that they're kind of copying and pasting Marvel onto Star Wars when that shouldn't be the case?
Yeah,
Probably.
maybe, yeah. But like, because you don't want to be the next Marvel, dude. You want to be Star Wars. You already have the shit going for you really well. Why can't you just work with that? You don't need everything to be MCU big battle type shit.
I don't know, man.
Doesn't make sense.
I think we're tired of TV shows and we just want movies. I think we need Star Wars movies.
Yeah, we do need movies. Disney, get it together, dog. We just need movies.
I think we're waiting on Kennedy. And even with what Iger said, too, it sounds like we're going to be waiting a lot longer for all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to be waiting a lot longer for anything Star Wars, which is fucking ridiculous. Why aren't we getting anything Star Wars? Like, I don't know, man.
Directors, the writers and stuff are scared of just joining, I think. You know what I mean?
Because of the fans?
Yeah. The fans and the way, like, people treat them when things don't work out their way.
But that has to be, like... But, but, I mean, come on, dude. We got to be honest with ourselves. Has Star Wars been putting out quality? I think they did with Mandalorian, the first season. I think they did with the second season. I think they kind of veered away with quality on the Boba Fett show. What else have they put out? Andor was really good. And I heard episode 3 has elements of like trying to be like Andor. But I don't know, man. What does the evidence say, bro? What are we thinking? What are we thinking is the problem?
I don't know. We don't know for sure. That's the problem. Could be a number of things. Just the fans, the animation, I don't know. Could be anything.
Yeah, no, man. Looks like it's gonna be another hiatus with no Star Wars. Okay, for me, that's just my take. I just think Star Wars hasn't been living up to what Star Wars could be. I mean, I think we got spoiled with season 7's last 4 episode arc of the Clone Wars. Mandalorian season 1 was great. Season 2 was awesome. Boba Fett, besides that spinny thing and shooting the gun, there's that, and there's giving 2 episodes to Mando. There was not building up Cad Bane and just killing him off. Unclimactic. I don't know, man. I'm hoping Kathleen Kennedy leaves soon and we get better Star Wars or get better something, because at this point I can't handle this. Hopefully they pick it up. But you know what is getting views? Scream 6, though it did take a dip, it's still going strong with 116 million. So good for that on the second weekend. Beat out Shazam. We'll just say that much. Right? Pretty good, pretty bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah. And then for the best one yet, Creed 3 being the highest in its franchise, did not even go. It went down quite a bit in its third week, but not as hard as people would have thought. A 50% drop is not that bad. It's a good little half compared to it dropping 40 to 30% in the second weekend. So it's doing pretty good. Wind up raking in worldwide $224.3 million. Highest. Creed 1 only capped off at 173.6 million, and Creed 2 capped off at 214.2 million. So Creed 3 soaring up 224.3 million.
All these numbers, bro.
That Creed is doing, bro.
Yeah.
Breaking records.
He deserves it. That movie was so good, bro.
Killmonger versus Kang.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Totally deserved it.
Fun fact, I finished both the movies. They were pretty good. I liked them. The third one was great. It all makes sense now.
Told you.
I see why they're gonna do a Russian spinoff with the Russian dude.
Yeah.
So very good. Creed 3 plowing past the competition. Shazam said, "I got the lightning," but Creed said he got both lightning and thunder, bro. He came through with the clack clack, left right. Moving on.
Click.
Mike Mignola, all right, saying that this Hellboy reboot could be the best one yet. That it and just because they're gonna take a horror element towards this one, so they say. So this is his quote. His intention is to make a horror movie, so that'll be nice. That'll be interesting. I read the new draft of the screenplay yesterday, and yes, it is definitely R. It's the first Hellboy script that I read, and I went, oh, it's a horror movie, which is what I wanted. Taylor does have a reputation as a horror movie director, but so far we've had 2 horror movie directors make Hellboy movies, and we've never gotten a horror movie. For years, we've been saying, if you're going to make a Hellboy movie, make it small, and the perfect story to do that with is my personal favorite, The Crooked Man. I think it's one of the best things I've written. It's beautifully illustrated by Richard Corbin, and it said it's a solid story that doesn't involve a million different characters. Everybody actually agreed from the very beginning, yes, we want to do that one. Budget-wise, it's good because it's a lower budget kind of story. It's not the Hellboy origin. It's not a Hellboy saving the world. It's not huge. It's a subtle, dark, little folk horror story.
I mean, I guess good for him. Like, I mean,
This is the creator of Hellboy speaking, man.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, I don't know how well that's gonna translate. You know, it may sound good on paper, but in real life, who knows what that comes out to?
You don't think a horror Hellboy would be good?
Well, it could be good, but the previous Hellboys have been okay. Well, the first one was self-contained with Ron Perlman, but the other 2 were kind of like these big whole like legacy stake type deals. So I get what he's saying, but it can also work on a grander scale. They just, I don't know why. Maybe it's a budget thing, and he's trying to hide it by sounding wise, or you know, it's what it doesn't sound like it'll work.
More than likely, it's a budget thing, and I think starting small for a Hellboy movie to make sure that it is directors and the direction that they put it in, that's bad about it, or is it because of the Hellboy character themselves? Mm-hmm. And if I don't know, if he's speaking highly about it and he's equipped and he can craft something fucking cool out of this Hellboy property, I'm all for it. I say it every single time we bring up this Hellboy topic. Let them do the third one. Bring back Guillermo del Toro and bring back Ron Perlman. He can still walk.
That's the qualification. Damn.
I'm just saying.
That's why
he can still walk. Moving on, we heard some big news from Zack Snyder today. He will be making and this is off of Nerd Queen's podcast, that Rebel Moon will not only be a big movie that's going to have multiple parts, but it's also going to get an animated series and a full-on video game. Zach said that it's going to be this huge RPG that is insane, immersive, and so intense and so huge. He says there's more coming. All I'll say is that it was pitched to me because I've always wanted to do an RPG. Like, well, we could do it at this scale or we could do it at a ridiculous scale. And I was like, ridiculous scale is clearly the scale we should be doing it. So, and this is not just a tie-in game that's going to come out with Zack Snyder, Rebel Moon, because, you know, we know those adaptations don't really do too well. So, good thing it's not that, and it's actually going to be created, I'm assuming, under Netflix, but I'm sure it could be shopped around.
Yeah. I mean, sounds great. Good for Zach. Maybe if the DC thing isn't working out, he already has all this to fall back on. The game sounds cool, and the animated series.
That's it?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know, 'cause,
I don't know. You were looking at me like you had more, but
because okay.
No, but you looked at me like you had more.
Oh no, but I mean, just because it all sounds cool, and like I need trailers for this shit already.
I know. I've been waiting for some
Like,
kind
I
of.
understand it comes out December, but like, give us something, bro.
It might be SnyderCon.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Man, I'm waiting for. I know it sounds dumb, but I want them to announce the stupid Snyderverse back. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you showcase your 3 movies and then not come out with something good.
I'm sure that's not gonna happen. I'm sure he's gonna be. I'm pretty sure this is him telling the fans we gotta let go and move on to Rebel Moon kind of thing, because I think he knows that we're never gonna let it go, but he just wants to move people over here, which is, in my opinion, is pretty smart because you do want your fan base to follow you, and if Rebel Moon is gonna be this big sci-fi adventure that's gonna rival Star Wars, I'm just saying Star Wars right now, it's not dead, but it's on life support. Okay, it's damn near hitting the abyss. Okay, so if Zack Snyder knocks us out the park, this might just completely kill Star Wars or make Disney step up their A game and actually put some competition out there. Because you know what? Let's be honest, Star Wars has been walking this earth unmatched. Okay, unmatched for this long. I mean, you could argue Star Trek if you want, but don't fucking come at me, nerds.
Ain't no one
Yeah. I don't know. You were about to. I seen your hand go up like Spock. That little thing.
I don't watch Star Trek. I don't know shit about that.
And with the Mandalorian being reported that it's at an all-time low, like I said, on life support, Zack Snyder could completely. And if he does, I'm going to have a love-hate relationship because I love Star Wars. And if he kills Star Wars for me...
It's not going to happen. Star Wars has been around forever. So, no. It's not going to happen. He can try. And that's my thing. He sure can try. And maybe it'll be better than the cape shit we're getting now. But better than Star Wars? No.
I'm just saying. Star Wars, they have a bunch of flips, force, lightsaber battles. Zack Snyder's characters looks like they'll just pick up a gun and go and just be done, bro. I don't know.
No.
I'm just saying, Rebel Moon probably has the hype and the anticipation to actually do what might need to be done and whip Disney into shape and be like, hey, we need to fucking put some work in because they're passing us up. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon is shaping up. It should be coming out December of this year. I believe. Let me make sure. Let me get the date for you guys just so we can all be on the same page. I can't find it. It's in December. December 22. Yeah. 2023. So be there or be square. Moving on. Yeah. Two movies from Jordan Peele's Monkey Paw production are slated to be coming out in 2024. Very, very close together, I may add. One Untitled should be coming out September 27th, 2024. September 27th, 2024. Unnamed. Nobody knows what it's going to be called yet. And then another Untitled film on December 25th, 2024. Per report from Variety. So, Jordan Peele working on 2 movies back to back in 2024. Is he gonna up the ante and give us not one banger but 2 back to back that connect like a universe? Now, let's be honest. December 2024, he's gonna have some tough time because we got Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Avatar 3 slated to come out on that month. And as well, in September, we have Marvel Studios' Blade to come out. Beginning of September, but if good enough,
it'll carry.
It could carry.
I saw this and I was thinking, what could he be cooking? And I was thinking Krampus. Something involving that creature.
Thinking a Krampus movie from Jordan Peele?
Yeah. Like a racist Krampus or something.
Oh, what?
Well, that's what he does. That's what he does.
You know what? I haven't even seen Nope yet. I gotta watch that. You watched it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Is it good or bad?
That's alright. I think it's pretty average.
Better than Get Out?
Nah. Get Out is really good.
Worse than Get Out?
Yeah.
Worse than Us?
Yes. Yeah.
If you gotta rank them right now, off top, go.
Off rip, Get Out, Us, and then Nope. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen Nope. I gotta watch it. I don't know what it is. I just haven't gotten around to it. I need to get to it. I like Jordan Peele movies. I don't know why Nope just didn't appeal to me. Maybe it's because it's aliens. Aliens is cool, but it's not really something I'm really about.
I don't know. Some of it is like psychological stuff. So I mean, it's fine. It's good stuff. But like for these movies coming out in December, I'm thinking it has to do with the holidays, obviously.
Probably, yeah. But September probably has a good fight. With Blade, maybe. It's a good gap away. September 27th. Blade coming out September 6th. It's a good few weeks away. We're not sure what else is coming out in 2024. We'll have to wait and see about that one if anything else is going to stack up against it. So,
yeah,
maybe it could put up a fight there as of right now. But December against Avatar 3, I'm sorry, Jordan Peele, bro. I don't know about that one. I don't know if that's a good move. Like I said, Avatar 3, and we already know Sonic the Hedgehog. I already told you that yeah, they're gonna have Shadow. Yeah, it's probably gonna be
have to compete.
It's gonna be a good one. It's already December 2024 is already shaping up to be pretty good. So if you guys are looking forward to Shadow to come out in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, there you go. If you guys want to watch a new Jordan Peele movie, also in December, Avatar 3. If you guys are into Avatar and the Na'vi, boom, right there. Mm-hmm. And who couldn't be? Couldn't be after the success of Way of Water?
Exactly.
And moving on to the last topic that is, I don't know, what a lot of people say is an evil woman herself. I'm not sure, but she's a Marvel Studios veteran, according to Hollywood Reporter. Victoria Alonso has made her exit off the heels of the flop that was Quantumania. Now she is the VFX, the visual effects and post production person. She also executive produced for a couple of the Disney Plus shows. She was the president of the animation and visual effects department, so she was in charge of visual effects in general. Now, there was reports saying that, when that happened, the galaxy was finally at rest because we heard what happened with the VFX artists,
Mm-hmm.
All those problems, last minute change ups, CGI issues because lack of time. Maybe Daddy Iger said these products were shit and you gave us too many shit products, because there was a lot of bad CGI in a lot of those movies. But don't get me wrong, she came out on top, okay? She was there for Iron Man 1. Those visuals still hold up today. To this day.
That's just, dude, it doesn't. Good for the people. They can now rejoice. If she is as toxic as they are saying she is.
They're all dancing like the Ewoks at Landor.
Playing flutes and shit. Using like the drums and whatnot.
Yeah.
If she is a nightmare of a person as they say she is, because I heard she was picking favorites and this and that.
Giving work to those she liked and all that.
So, I mean, if she is like gone, and Iger was like, you got to go, then good for them. Hopefully shit changes and, all these delays that the MCU is having, it could really put their best foot forward and maybe get them back on top like they've been trying to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, she even looks evil. She looks like Ursula, you know what I mean? Like, ugly ass woman.
Yeah, no. Yeah. You calling her ugly?
Yeah.
You just coming at her like that?
She looks ugly, bro.
She looks like an older version of Coraline.
Don't do Coraline like that.
I'm just saying, like, maybe the mom.
Her forehead is misshapen. Her face kind of slouching. It looked like she took half an Adderall or something. I don't... like she looks bad, and like I can imagine only working for her. Like damn bitch, I'm a CGI worker too.
Yeah, It's crazy. Exits. I don't know. I wonder if she was fired or
I'm
not.
sure she was fired. She was like, "What the fuck, bro? I was the one pumping out all your good shit."
Yeah, but you also
semi-good
pumped
shit.
up. Yeah, you also pumped out some bad shit. Let's tell you. Let me tell you, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium, Disney Plus TV series that she had producer credits for. Yeah, no, she. I'm sorry.
all bad.
Iger probably saw that and was like, "Yeah, no, you slipped, and you slipped.
To go.
You slipped on way too many banana peels. Wakanda forever. Look at Riri's suit. Look at Riri's suit.
This bitch looks like a Power Ranger.
Like, oh man.
We had to go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it was done.
Hopefully that means all the labor people will be compensated fairly now, and they get to work, and all is good with the people at the bottom of the shit.
The Gungans at the end of the Phantom Menace when he holds the globe up. They're like, yeah, we're good. Oh man, yep. If she had to go, she has got to go. We don't know who's replacing her just yet. There has not been an immediate replacement like they did with Chapek, so this one's probably up for grabs, and may the best person win. I wonder who's gonna take this spot.
Yeah. Hopefully it's someone nicer.
Yeah, well, whoever it is, we'll let you guys know, and I will be coming back with their creds and everything. And if they don't have enough creds, we will know whether to be skeptical or happy. Because let's just face it, Kevin Feige hasn't been making the best decisions. Okay, let's be honest.
He's been smoking that crack.
Rick and Morty writers too. Look, I'm just saying, Kevin Feige, if they're pulling back stuff, because we're even hearing that Secret Wars has went from a late 2023. Well, it was supposed to come out in May, then it went to late 2023. Now it's just saying coming soon.
Coming soon.
So everything's just being pushed back. We don't know what's going on with Marvel Studios. We don't know how deep and to what extent as of right now that they're hurting. It's obviously something with Iger that's saying, "Hey, he's probably watching every single project individually from what they have so far, and is either cutting or
just like, this
putting
is ass."
Yeah, ass, pass, ass, pass, ass. It could be pass or ass. Who knows? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's trying to figure out what's going on. And I'm pretty sure he's sorting it all through. Piles of paperwork. This is just a big step in possibly the right direction. If we get rid of the Rick and Morty writers next, it might be even better. Who knows? But I'll let you guys know.
The Rick and Morty writers, dude.
Yeah, but that's gonna be the end of it today. Josh, if you want to let them know where they can hit us up. Support us in a big way. Let us know if there's any topics we need to discuss or anything that we missed on this episode, or any movies that you guys want us to review. Go ahead and let them know.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. You can hit us up there. We post when new episodes are out. You can let us know about any movies or shows you want us to cover. If you want to listen to us on the go, Spotify and Apple Podcasts at FilmBros Podcast. If you want to support us in a big way, Zippy Stream at FilmBros Podcast. All it takes is a name and email. You get updates of when we drop. And go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube at FilmBros Podcast. We call it. Yeah, we'll talk to you guys on the next one.
Yeah, of course. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We will be putting out videos.
Yeah.
See you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.